Hey everyone, my name is Mallory McClelland. Welcome to the Innerwise core demo. I just want to thank each and every one of you for being here with me, whether you're hanging out with me live or you're catching this on the replay. I'm super excited to be bringing this healing modality to all of you guys because this is the first ever healing modality that I learned and that I fell in love with. It got me hooked. So if you don't know who I am, again, my name is Mallory McClelland. I'm an energy healing practitioner. I'm a holistic mama, autism mom, health intuitive, and I do psychic medium work as well. So basically, my son Christian, when he was younger, he continuously got sick again and again and again. He developed eczema. He developed ear infections. His speech was delayed. The few words that he did have, he wound up losing. And there were a myriad of other issues in there too. He had terrible GI issues. He had constipation like you wouldn't believe. Then there were moments where just explosive diarrhea. And honestly, we started seeing this, he was jaundiced when he was younger. And all of this for us, it was due to a vaccine reaction. Later we learned that he has the MTHFR gene mutation, which basically means that my kids have a really, really hard time detoxing. In addition to all of that, he got all of my toxins. And so just with the food, I didn't know what I was doing when I was feeding him, didn't know what I was doing when I was, eating myself when it came to my pregnancy. And then when I was nursing him, I just really didn't have a clue. I just knew that we saw all of this happen, and essentially he wound up getting a diagnosis of global motor delay. Now, when they gave us the diagnosis of global motor delay, it was just a really, really bad prognosis for his health. The doctors were in a room with a pediatrician and a psychologist and a speech therapist and OT. There's somebody else there too, developmental therapist, I believe. And just the prognosis wasn't good. Basically said, well, we don't know if he'll ever talk. He may always struggle. There's always going to be issues, that, let me just mute everybody. There we go. All right. So the doctors basically just said, there's always going to be a problem. He's always going to have issues. Not much you can do for it. Go get him some therapy, see how it goes, and sent me on my way. Well, the part of me that believed that was very, very small. And I was devastated. I was devastated by that prognosis. And what I wound up doing is I was in self-loathing mode for about 2 days, just super upset, kind of like, what am I going to do? What if this is true? Of course, I'm feeling like, why is this happening to us? This doesn't make sense. I'm young. I'm healthy. I barely drank. I never smoked a cigarette in my life. I've never done a drug in my life. None of this adds up. Of course, not understanding the underlying reasons of what was really going on with my kid. So in any case, what I wound up doing is something my intuition told me that I needed to begin researching autism. So that's what I did. I started researching autism for Christian. So even though he didn't officially have a diagnosis of autism at that time, something told me that that was the direction that I needed to go in. And so I did. I found the Thinking Moms Revolution, found a lot of moms who were like-minded, who were in the community, who were also noticing that what was happening with their kids was exactly what was happening with my kid. And so what I did from there is I just began, researching. I began throwing myself into learning about absolutely everything that I could that I felt was relevant to what was going on with Christian at that time. So the first thing that I delved into was really learning about diet, and that's the first thing that we really implemented was gluten, dairy free. And of course, we were going to therapy. We were in early intervention. So we had all that stuff going on, but really there was no progress. And I have every single form saved, at the end of every session, the therapist has to write up basically a summary of what they did in the session, how the session went. You can look back at the first year that Christian was in speech therapy. There was just absolutely no progress whatsoever. And it really wasn't until we started implementing other things and we started to work on his gut and we started to work on his brain that the language started to come. Like, sitting in speech therapy was doing nothing for him. But again, at the time, like, I didn't know that, So what I wound up doing is, like I said, we wound up going gluten, dairy free. That was like the first big change. And we did notice a shift in him. At that point, he started to have echolalic phrases. So if you're not familiar with what echolalia is, it's just a repetition of a sentence back. It's not always, doesn't always make sense. So, we would say something to him and he would just repeat it back to us. But even that, sometimes it was unintelligible. Sometimes it was only like 2 to 3 word sentences, phrases that he was repeating back. It wasn't just, he wasn't just repeating things all the time. It was very difficult for him. Right now, I'm obviously being guided here. I'm being guided to talk about one of the times that, we were on our way to private therapy after he graduated from early intervention therapy. And he was in the back seat and he was trying to sing along to the song. And I can tell that he's trying to get the words out. And he's like, and he's making the noises as he's trying to like sing the song, and he just couldn't get it out. And that broke my heart. I have little Callie in the back seat. I have Christian in the back seat trying to sing, not knowing what the hell is going on with my kid. And I remember we're on the way to therapy and I'm just like bawling because I'm like, oh my God, he's trying so hard. How can I help him? So in any case, like I said, I went through just a series of different things that I did for him, things that I tried. After we did diet, the next thing that I implemented was Speak Nutrients fish oil. And I implemented that, and that was like incredible. All of a sudden, we have 5 to 6 word sentences literally within like 3 days. I'm not even kidding. Like, it was amazing. And I was like, whoa, okay. There's something to it. The next thing that we did was homeopathy. Didn't see a lot with homeopathy at that time. Also didn't notice anything that was nothing detrimental. Like, there were no side effects. I just wasn't noticing a lot, So because of the amount of money it was costing us, I was just like, you know what? We're just going to put it on pause. The next thing that we did was homotoxicology. Now, that for us changed the game when it came to his health. Homotoxicology, if you're not familiar with it, we did it with Mary Coyle.
Hold on.
She is in the, sorry, somebody's volume was on, so just shutting that off. Her website's www.realchildcenter.com. She is in New York, but she sees clients from all over the world. You send in hair, nail, and cheek swab samples, and from there, she'll test and kind of see what's going on with the body, what's being ready to detox, what's okay to detox, and things like that. And so we did that, and that gave me back my kid. I mean, it was just like the fog had lifted. My son it's not even that I got him back. It's like I got to meet him for the first time, and that was around like 4 years old. And that was just incredible. That was amazing. But even with all of that, there were still things that were going on. We started doing energy work, and energy work, out of everything that we did, it was always my favorite. I was fascinated by it. I'm like, man, I love this stuff. And I had the belief that you had to be special. It was some gift that you were born with. This wasn't something that could be learned. It wasn't something that could be taught. Basically, I don't have it, so there's no way I could do it, right? Well, here I am today. And obviously, hello, nothing could be further from the truth. So in any case, I went on a retreat for autism caregivers, and at that same weekend, I learned the Innerwise system. I took the Innerwise. It was called the basic course then. Now it's called the core course, which is what we're going to be doing today. And that was it. The rest is history. I absolutely fell in love. I was begging, when is the next class? I need to become a practitioner. It was like 5 million light bulbs went off, and it was like, this is what you're supposed to be doing, Mallory. This is what you need to do. And you need to get on it, sister. And like I said, I just absolutely fell in love with it. So this system, this modality holds a very special place in my heart. I use it all the time, even if I'm not using the box per se. I am using things that I've learned. I'm using techniques that I've learned from it. Even just a line of questioning. A lot of the way that I question things comes from my training with Innerwise. So because of that, and because I love it so much, I wanted to be able to bring it to everyone. I am certified to teach it, so I'm going to be doing my first ever class. That's going to be happening next month. But before I did that, I wanted to give everyone a taste of what the system does, what it's like, just so then that way, even if you don't want to take the class with me, but you're like, that's really freaking cool, I'm going to go buy that for myself, then you know what to do with it. So I tuned in before class, and I was just feeling into like, okay, who am I going to be working on today? And Callie came up. So Callie woke up this morning. She's pretty congested. She doesn't have a fever or anything. I've been giving her homeopathic remedies and some gemmos. But we're going to be doing energy work on her too. So yay! So we're going to be using the green box today, this Innerwise basic system. Good stuff. And then I'm just going to show you some other things before we jump into the healing. So here we go. This is, I drew her energy field right here. So it just has her name, and then I'm going to be putting frequencies in here to help balance it. So I'll show you the next thing. This is an amulet, and this is where we infuse all of that energy into, and then she'll wear this. Or if she won't wear it, I can stick it in her shoe. I can put it in her book bag. I could attach it to her book bag. I can do whatever I need to do with it. But it's going to hold the energy that she needs here. Excuse me. It comes with a box of explanation. But let me show you this first. So in here, there's 309 cards. And each one has a different number on it. So I'll pull this one out. So this is 182. Okay, and then when I go to 182 in the book, it's going to tell me exactly what it represents. So, and then after this, guys, I'm going to be doing a Q&A at the end. So if you have any questions, you can pop it in the chat box, but I'm going to wait till the end to answer everyone, okay? And this is the energy of the Mary Magdalene soul symbol of Mother Earth. The heart of Mother Earth beats with love for all people and all beings. So that would be like a frequency that that card holds that then we would be putting on here, okay? But I'm kind of jumping around, but it's okay. I'm going to explain this probably over and over and over again, just for the sake of being thorough. Okay, so when you read the back of the Innerwise box, it says that it is a beautiful healing set, including an amulet and healing cards that have been charged with the frequencies of many powerful energies, including Bach flower, crystals, plants and animals, colors, minerals, sounds of the celestial bodies, archangels, and homeopathic remedies. Drawn intuitively by the user, the cards balance stress on all levels, physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, and spiritually. With them, you can compose your own symphony of healing frequencies, and the amulet provided can then be charged with these energies and worn for healing. So this system is created by Dr. Uwe Albrecht. He is a medical doctor over in Germany. His story is really interesting. His dad was a doctor, and he was kind of following in those footsteps, knew that he wanted to do healing, but didn't really know to what capacity. And he just got in there and something fell off. And so he started to study traditional Chinese medicine. And then from there, he started to learn about homeopathy. He learned about all these things. And essentially what he figured out is that you don't always need things in the physical for them to balance out issues in the body. And for a while, what he was doing is he was traveling around with like suitcases filled with homeopathic remedies. And he's like, there's got to be a better way. And so it came to him that the better way is to infuse cards with the energy that he needed. And with this, it's limitless, right? It could be the energy of anything that's held on a card. Now, of course, you have the 309 cards in the system, but you're not limited to that. There's been plenty of times where we've needed to add something else in to balance everything out too. So That's the system. That's the description. Uva is the one who created it. And let's see, anything else? So no, we're going to jump in. I am going to be using the arm length test. So if you're familiar with me, you've seen me kind of move my hands around a lot. You see me, it's a form of muscle testing, but it's different in the sense that it's a little bit more accurate. And that's another thing that I'm going to be teaching in the upcoming Innerwise course. So let's get started. So you have these 6 cards. Let me move them a little bit. There we go. And each of the cards say yes to myself, yes to honesty, yes to love, yes to life, yes to the body, yes to change. And essentially what you're wanting by the end is to be in balance with all of these, right? So first things first is I'm going to be connecting to Callie, because Callie's the one that I'm going to be working with. And the first thing that I'm going to ask is, do I have permission to connect to her? And I get a yes. See, so do you see how my thumbs come together? That's a yes. So I'll show you also. So yes, no, I am I. What does I am I mean? It means that it's you in your own energy field, okay? So now I'm going to be testing for Callie, because that's who I'm working on right now. But the first thing that I need to know is I need to know if she's the only energy in her field. If she's not, then that means I'm going to be balancing and working for other people. Got it? So yes, no, I am Callie. And now what I'm going to be tuning into specifically, because you can use Innerwise to just balance kind of overall, so kind of like a general checkup, or you can use it for something that's issue specific. Now, when I say issue specific, in particular, what I'm talking about with her is that she has a cold. So I'm kind of feeling into like, what is the root cause of the cold? What is out of balance, and what do I need to work on first? The beautiful thing about Innerwise is that the way that the system is set up is that you are working on the priority. And the reason why it's important to work on the priority is because when we work on that, it tends that other things that are not the priority so much will tend to balance out, okay? Maybe it's a little bit weird to just see my hands on the cards, but I just want you guys to get a feel for them, all right? So this is how we're going to do it, is now I'm going to be tuning into, again, I'm working on her cold, and I'm going to just tap it, and then I want to test it. And when I test it, that one's in balance, okay? Tap it and test it. And that one's balanced. Tap it and test it. And that's balanced. Tap and test. That's balanced. Tap and test. And that is out of balance. So this is the priority issue. This is the one that I'm going to work on. So this is to the body, okay? When I flip it over, there are 3 subcategories. And on the subcategories, even out of that, which I will read in a moment, but I just want to show you for demonstration's sake, I want to see, okay, which one is it that is the priority that I need to work on first? So this is, I nourish myself in healthy ways. So I'm going to tap it, and I want to test it. So that's balanced. I free myself from poison. So I'm going to tap it and test it, and I get it's out of balance. Okay, and then I'm going to go to this one. And I can just tap it and test it. It says my body is healthy. And that's out of balance too. So then I'm going to feel into what is the priority issue out of these 2 that I need to pull cards to balance now. So intuitively, I'm going to this part. My body is healthy. Is that correct? Yes. So it's a yes. So I'm going to read the back so you guys have an idea. Hi, me again. Okay. So my body is healthy. I am free from infections, allergies, and deficiencies. My organs are in harmony, my breath is free, and my body is in balance, right? So it's the first place that we're going. So that's out of balance, and here's what I'm going to do now. Remember, okay. So now I'm feeling into what frequencies I need to pull. So this one is 158, and I'm going to put that over here. Remember, I drew Callie's energy field, so I'm going to plop it on there. And I have that just to the left of me. And then I'm going to move over. I feel guided to pull that card. and I feel guided to pull another card. And then I'm able to take a nice deep breath, okay, which is always a signifier for me that I'm done. So now I'm going to come back to the card and I'm going to tap it. And now it's in balance, okay? So you may say, what the hell? How does that work, right? But what we're doing is we're pulling frequencies that are needed in order to balance it. So he always talks about it like a symphony. And it's like these are the different melodies that are needed to make this beautiful song, the song that only will help balance and heal Callie, this issue that's going on with her at the moment. Got it? So sometimes we need to know more information about the little card. So card 298, I'm just going to ask, do I need to know more? And I get a no. Card 148, do I need to know more? I get a no. Card 158, do I need to know more? And I get a yes. So I'm going to come over to my book, and in the little booklet, I'm going to go to 158, and I want to see what that is. So 158 is under signs of the zodiac. Again, it's the energy. So it's the energy of Cancer, the sign. Lives alone and enjoys to do things alone, isolation, seclusion, sensitive to strange or unknown vibrations, perseverance, foregoing luxury, and then unnecessary. So that's the description that comes with it. Sometimes the description makes perfect sense. Other times it doesn't. But a lot of it, we don't really need to know if it makes sense or not. All we're looking for is this what's going to put her back into balance? So now I'm going to come back to my test cards. Okay. So I'm going to lower the screen again. Okay, so that looks good. And I'm going to go through the process again. And I just want to see like which one is out of balance. So I can scan my hand over it, right? Or I could just kind of like tap it and test it. And I could tap it like 3 at a time. So I could do like, okay, with these. So they're not balanced. So then I'm going to go to this one, not balanced. This one is balanced. This one is balanced. And then I know it's this. Okay. So then I flip it over. And again, there's the 3 subcategories. I am I. My energy field is clear. I am happy. Okay. So I am I. That's balanced. My energy field is clear. That's out of balance. I am happy. That is balanced. Then we know it's my energy field is clear. So I'm going to read the description. I am free of foreign energy, manipulations, and dependencies. I am free of wanting to manipulate others. Okay. So this is where the intuitive piece comes in. Because I'm going to tune now. I'm just going to feel into like, do I need to know more about it? I'm getting yes. So in particular, I can break it down by what it says. So I'm free of foreign energies. That's no, she's not. I'm free of manipulation. Yes. I'm free of dependencies. Yes. I'm free of wanting to manipulate others. Yes. So even in this little subcategory, I'm able to narrow down what that means. So the foreign energies, I'm going to tap in and I just want to see, am I allowed to know what that means? Yes. So instantly I start just feeling into, and I see her body. I see the brain is a little bit, I'm going to say out of whack, feels a little bit busy over on the left side. Just as I continue to feel into it, it sort of feels like it's connected to what she ate today. So my husband was with her for part of the day. We did go to the farmer's market this morning. She did have a donut. That's what's coming up. So it feels like it's connected to the donut. Okay. I'm going to feel into, do I need to know anything else? So I'm getting a no. And then I still need to balance it. So I'm going to come back to the box and I'm going to start pulling frequencies for that. So again, feeling into, that was card 291. So here I could tap it and test it. Is it balanced? So it's balanced now. See? Easy peasy. So now I'm going to come back, going back to my cards right here, feeling into this. That's balanced. Feeling into these. Those are not balanced. This card, not balanced. This card, balanced. This card, balanced. So yes to myself. So we're going back to the I am I, my energy field, and I am happy. So this is cool that it came up, okay? Because we just did this card, but we did my energy field is clear is the one that was out of whack. Now I'm going to feel into which one are we going to go to now? I, and is it I? That's balanced. My energy feels clear. That's balanced. Now we're going to go to I am happy. Okay. Is that the one that we're going to work on? Yes. So now I'm going to go back to my cards and I'm going to be pulling. Okay. That feels better. Let's see. Is this card complete? Yeah. I'm going to go back to the cards again. That's balanced, 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 balanced. So again, I'll break it down individually. Balanced, 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 balanced. So now I always ask the question, have I done everything I was allowed to do for everyone involved? So I get a yes. So it's complete. So here's what we're going to do now. Okay. We're going to take all of these cards that represent different energies. I'm going to pick them up. See? I'm going to get that amulet again. I'm going to place the amulet in my hand like so. I'm going to place the cards on top. I'm infusing the energy of the cards into the amulet. And then you really do feel a difference. You can feel like the energy going in the amulet and you can feel when it's complete. So then what I'll do is, this is Callie's amulet, is that I will take this amulet and it's on a necklace typically, but I'm going to ask her how she wants to use it. So the cool thing is with the energy is that it's already built in the system, into the system's intelligence, that no matter what, this is, it's going to stay in her energy field for as long as it needs to. Like, it's not something we have to keep checking up on. It's not something that we need to do anything else for. We're simply just putting it in her amulet, and it's going to stay there for as long as it has to, right? Could be 5 weeks, could be 5 days, could be 5 months. I could even tune in right now and muscle test and ask, am I allowed to know how long this energy needs to be in her field? So I'm getting a yes. So I'm going to ask, is it more than a week? Yes. Is it more than a month? No. 1 week? No. 2 weeks? No. 3 weeks? Yes. So 3 weeks, it's going to be in her energy field, and that's what she'll need. So now I can like tune back into her cold, and I'm just kind of feeling to see, is there anything else that she needs? So I'm getting, yeah, I still need to continue with the gemos, and I still need to continue with the homeopathy that we're doing for her. But other than that, everything else feels really good. So that is a demonstration of how to do the Innerwise core system. Now, when you take the class with me, if you decide to, you're going to be learning a lot more. It's going to be more in depth. I'm going to be really helping you guys hone in on your medical intuitive skills as well. We're going to be doing meditations. We're going to be doing a lot of healing. There's going to be a lot of practice work involved too. So this is just a quick demonstration of what you can do with the box and how you can utilize it for a specific issue. Like today we worked on Callie's cold. So I'm going to open this up. Anyone who has questions, you can go ahead and pop it in the chat box, and I'm happy to answer. If you want to come on video, that's cool too. Thanks everyone for being here with me. I love, love, love this system. Super excited about it. Don't be shy. Ask away. Monica says, I love this. This would complement what I already do. Monica, yeah, this is, it's really cool. You would absolutely love it. Like I said, the green box is for personal use. So if you decided that you wanted to become a practitioner, you'd have to take this course first anyway. It's the prerequisite. So with that, that's something that you can think about. And I will be teaching the practitioner level training as well. Just waiting to kind of figure out some details with that. Monica said, will Callie need to wear it for 3 weeks, or can it stay in her room? No, she doesn't have to wear it for 3 weeks. It can be in her bedroom. It can be in her book bag, just being in the house. There's been plenty of times where I'm sure she probably won't pick it up sometimes, and it'll still work. It'll still do what it needs to do. there's times too that she just intuitively will know, I really want to go grab my amulet right now. I want to wear this, because she can feel the difference when she wears it and when she doesn't. You know, we're doing the work anyway, but it's almost like the amulet is like that extra oomph. It's that extra support that's needed. And she'll know when she needs to put it on, you know. And like I said, I have been doing this for, man, it's been almost 3 years now since I've been introduced to Innerwise. And, you know, like I said, I've been working on my kids with the system for a very long time, in addition to just like the work that I do outside of Innerwise. And I'll tell you, my kids, they know when they need it. They will go grab their amulets. They will put them on. They even know how to treat themselves. So they don't do it to the degree that I do it. It's not as in depth, but they know how to like grab the box. They know how to muscle test. They know how to do the arm length test. They know how to pull the frequencies that they need. They know how to infuse in their amulet, so they can even self-treat. So that's another thing that's really cool, is that this is something that you guys can teach your kids how to do as well. So does anyone have any other questions for me? We have this whole time set aside. Maria says, Katie is asking me if there is a kid version of the green box. There's not a kid version of the green box, because you don't need a kid version, because you can honestly use this. Like I said, Callie has been using this since she was 4 years old. She, you know, we would sit there together and she would know to just like pull her energy. She'd pull the frequencies out. She knows how to infuse it into the amulet. So, you know, they don't need a kid box. I mean, honestly, and the system is so incredible. It helps to balance so much. Like I said, in the course, we go so in depth. So you're going to learn, you know, this is essentially how you work with it, but you're going to get to practice on each other. You're going to, also just, you're going to get me in that, you know, and with me, you get all of the stuff I've ever done. In addition to like, really what I do is I really like to encourage everyone to open up their own gifts and allow their soul to speak to them. And in every class that I've ever taught, that's essentially what I am doing, is I really want to empower people to remember their own gifts, however they do it. It doesn't need to be the way that I do it, you know? So you're going to get all of that too in the class. So we have the chat box. Yeah, Maria, they would be BFFs. Totally. Monica says, I love that it uses frequencies. Yeah, it's the coolest thing. Jamie asked, what is the arm test? So that's the arm length test. And what it is, it's a form of muscle testing, but it's a little bit more in depth. That's going to be something that we go over probably week 1 in the class. I'll be teaching that super, super in depth. You guys you'll get to practice on it. I have a fun exercise plan for that. It's really cool. So Monica says, I missed the beginning. Is it only for illness? No, it's not only for illness. It just so happens that that is like the main issue that's going on with my daughter today. And that's what I was guided to work on. But this could be about anything. It could literally be about, I'm heartbroken. You know, I have other stuff going on in my life. I feel a little bit out of whack and I don't know what's going on. And then we go to the system, we go to the test cards, and we start balancing. And I'll tell you, like, you feel a difference. You really do. It's the coolest thing. Like I said, this green box is for personal use, but it is the prerequisite to the training. So if you're feeling like even you want to be a healer, this feels like a good system for you, but you're on the fence about it, then honestly, you want to take this class because it's just so amazing. It's so in-depth. With me as your teacher, the facilitator of this course, I'm also going to be just pushing you and encouraging you and supporting you to open up your own gifts and let yourself really soar and fly in the process, you know. Let me just kind of tune in and see what else is going on. So I'm being guided to do a quick demo on somebody who's watching live. So if you're watching live and you're okay with having a demonstration on you right now, pop it in the chat box. It will require a back and forth exchange. And then out of everyone who says that they want it, I will tune in to see who I should do the demonstration on. So let's see. So we have Monica and Maria so far, and Jamie. Does anyone else want to join? before I tune in? Christina does. Okay, cool. Christina, I'm gonna lower your hand and then I'm gonna unmute you. Can I unmute you? Hi, Christina.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. I'm trying to figure out how to put my camera on.
Oh, okay. Did you raise your hand because you wanted to be put into the running?
Yes, I did. And I'm Tina Maluso. My phone says Christina's phone.
Oh, okay.
But
Hi,
you know
Tina.
who I am. But I wanted to put my camera on.
Okay, cool. All right, so we have Tina, Monica, Maria, Jamie, and let's see. So let me, oh, there you go. I see you on video now. Hello.
Okay. Hello.
All right, so I'm gonna muscle test to see who we're gonna do the demo on right now, okay? So is it Monica? I got Monica, yes. So we're gonna go with Monica. Monica, if you could take yourself off of video and unmute, that would be great. Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so you're cool with being recorded, right? Because this is gonna get sent out. All right, cool. So like I said, how I like to start is I like to just ask, what is going on with you? So I just want to make it known. I can work on Monica right now because I'm not charging her, but this box is typically for personal use. Also, because I am an Innerwise coach and I'm a mentor, meaning that I have my certification to teach it and I have my certification to use it in exchange for money, means that's why I can work on her now. But this is not something that I typically, not something I would have done before, as far as, before I got my cert. So I just want to make that known for everyone. All right. So anyway, Monica, what is going on with you? What's like the main issue that's kind of going on that you want to work on today?
Yeah, I'm not feeling well at all. I got like the nasally thing. I got the cough. I know my son has it too, but yeah, I'm not feeling well at all.
Okay. So let's work on that. So, Monica, do you live in the state or do you live in the U.S.?
North Carolina, yeah.
Okay. So you're going to get an amulet too. I'm going to send it to you. I can infuse the energy into that. Okay. So what I'm going to start with is I'm just going to write your name down and draw your energy field. And then I'm going to ask, do I have permission to connect you?
Yes.
And the next thing I want to know is, again, I'm connecting, like essentially I'm Monica, so her yes is a yes, her no is a no, I am I, she's not herself. And the next thing that I'm going to do is I want to see how many energies are in her field. So I'm getting 1, 2, 3. From there, I'm going to feel in to see, do we need to know who they are? I'm getting no. Are they beings of light? Yes. So it kind of feels like you have like maybe angels or guides that you've called in. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just check it. Is it okay if they're in the field? Or should we ask them to just step out of her energy field? Ask them to step out is what I heard. So Monica, you're just going to be tuning into your angels and your guides and just ask them if they would, they can stay around you, but just not be in your energy field right now. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, good. So now I'm going to go back and see how many energies are in her field. So 1, which means she's back to herself. I'm sorry for all the back and forth camera action, but I don't know if you guys want to look at test cards the whole time. So like I said, I asked Monica kind of what's going on, and she told me she's not feeling well. So that's what we're centering the session around, is we want to see, well, what else is out of balance, okay? So I'm going to move it down, and I want to see, again, it's easier to kind of test it in groups of 3. So I'm going to tap it and test it. So those are balanced. And again, we're working on the priority. I'm going to tap it and test it, and that's out of balance. So out of these 3, I want to see, is it this one? Or I'm just going to tap it. So that's balanced. The body, that's out of balance. So now I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to read. I nourish myself in healthy ways, balanced. I free myself from poison, that's out of balance. My body is healthy, that's balanced. So I free myself from poison. I cleanse myself of any poisons in my life, thoughts, emotions, energies, memories, chemical substances, metals, life situations. So as I was testing it, a few different options came out of balance. I'm feeling like the number one thing we have to look at, though, is emotions. And this isn't so much like with the Innerwise green box. This is just like a part of me kind of coming in. This is how I work. So I'm just going to fill in and see what emotion is it. So I feel guilt, and I feel it trapped in the throat chakra. Okay. When I say that, can you connect with that at all? So she's shaking her head yes. I'm going to unmute you if that's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's definitely like a coughing thing. It's definitely here. So yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So I just want to like feel into, and you know, I'm glad that you said that. You said, yeah, it's a coughing thing. That makes sense. So I want to let everyone know something, that even though she has a cough and a cold, and that's kind of where it's being stored, it doesn't mean that it couldn't be stored somewhere else. Like it could be like the kidney or the liver or the spleen is holding on to that guilt energy, and the way it manifests is through this cold. Okay. And yes, we get colds because we're exposed to germs, but here's the thing. What makes us susceptible to then manifesting the cold, right? Because think about nurses. They're around sick people all day long. It doesn't mean that they're always getting sick. Even if you have a high, like an amazing immune system, even if you're doing things constantly to boost the immune system, there are other factors in illness. And that's what Innerwise and this entire system helps us do, is it helps break it down. So anyway, going back to Monica and the guilt, what I want to start filling into now is I want to see, is there anything else that we need to know about it? Yeah. So I want to know, is it her guilt? I'm getting no, it's not her. Is it something that she's holding on to for someone else? And I feel a male energy there. So then I'm going to test, like, is it her father, or grandfather? Is it a partner? So it feels like it's a partner. Does that make sense, Monica? Yep. Okay. Is there anything else we need to know? So I'm getting a no. And then from here, I'm going to go and I'm going to start pulling energy for her. Start pulling frequencies. And I'm going to keep pulling until I feel it balance. So now I'm just tuning in because I pulled on the energy that I felt like I was allowed to pull, but it still doesn't feel like it's quite balanced. So now I want to see, well, what else is going on there? And when I ask that, I feel again that heaviness of the guilt. And I'm just going to like tune into Monica's guides and her angels and her high self. And I want to see, well, what else do we need to do? So they're just showing me kind of opening up the space as if like doing like a surgery on it, opening it up, allowing that to pop open and like pulling out all of the heaviness. It's like a sludge. So we're just pulling all of that sludge out. And as we do that, we send it down back to Mother Earth. Okay. So now I'm going to go back to the card and I want to see if it's balanced now. So it is. Okay. And then we go back and we're starting all over. What's the next priority? These are balanced. These are out of balance. So to the body, balanced. To life, balanced. To change, out of balance. So I am ready to change. That's out of balance. I'm in the now. That's balanced. I am worth it. That's balanced. So we're going to go back to I am ready to change. This is the area that is out of balance. So I'll read what it says. I am ready to change everything to live a happy and healthy life. And this is where it's off, okay? So what I'm going to be doing is just seeing, like, do I need to know more? I'm getting no. And I'm just going to start jumping in and pulling more cards for her. So I pulled one frequency for her, 296. I feel guided to read it, Monica, if that's okay. So just if you're watching the replay, Monica is shaking her head yes at me. Just so you guys know, I'm not just like,
yes. Yes.
Oh, and there she is.
my son's taking a bath and I keep coughing, so I keep putting it on mute.
Oh, it's all good. Okay, so this is crystal energy. It's the energy of moonstone. Rhythm, balance between the highs and lows of life, intense dream life and dream travel. So that's the energy that we're infusing, and that was the energy that was needed to balance that here. So I'll even show you guys. I'm going to go back to the card. I'm going to tap it, and I'm going to test it. So do you see how it's balanced now? And you may say, like, you're making it up, blah, 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 but you're not. And if you take the course with me, you're going to learn and you're going to be able to feel into this for yourselves. Okay. So I'm going back here. So that's out of balance. So we know it's one of these cards. So to honesty, that is out of balance. To myself, balance. To love, that's out of balance. So out of these two, I want to know what's the priority. So I feel to love instantly is the one that we need to go to. And then reading it again, I love and I am loved. That's balanced. I love what I was, what I am, and what I will be. That's balanced. I open my heart. So that is out of balance. Okay. So I open my heart. I'm ready to open my heart and give up my protection. I am ready to give and to receive love. So I feel like there's more here. So I'm going to tune in. And I hear it's with the receiving of love. That's really where it feels quite blocked. And instantly I start feeling Monica's heart chakra. I feel the heart chakra. If it were a flower, it's beginning to close. It doesn't want to be fully open, doesn't want to bloom. And I'm going to track it. I want to see like, well, when did this imbalance happen? When was it created? So I'm getting, is it more than a year? No. Is it more than 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months? So about 10 months ago is what I'm feeling. So the reason why we track it and the reason why we get a timeline is because it may be helpful to the client or to family, or when you're working on yourself, for something to click and say, oh my God, yeah, this is what was going on in my life at that time. So Monica, if you have something you want to add to that, you can go ahead and unmute. Or if you don't, you can just give me a thumbs up and I can keep going. So you let me know. She unmuted.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yep.
Cool. So again, like anything, and you know, when you're working it, nothing, it may be like 10 months ago, I don't really know. And that's okay. That's okay. But it may be like a rough time frame of like, you know, this is how I was feeling. This is what was going on in my life. This is what got triggered for me, whatever. So I feel guided to like keep going with it. When I go with it, I feel like a big cord really from like the center of the heart chakra. And I see like a lot of different men on the other side of it. So do we have permission to cut the cord? Yes. Do we need to know more about it? So we do need to know more about it. Do we need to know who the cord is to? Yeah. Is it to her husband? Is it to her father? Yes. Grandfather. Is it an ancestral cord? Yeah. So it kind of feels like it's connected to the ancestors on her dad's side of the family. Am I allowed to know more? So when I tune in to find out more, and I'm actually seeing, in addition to like the closing of the receiving of the heart, it feels like there is a closing to receiving of money as well, receiving of abundance. So the two feel very connected to me. Are we allowed to know more? No. So if you're watching the replay, Monica is she's on video. She's not unmuting because she's giving her son a bath. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to coach her through this. So Monica, I just want you to imagine that this cord, you're just going to pull out of your heart. Just keep pulling it out until you feel it come back, until you feel your heart feel open and free again. Good. And then that cord, what do you feel guided to do with it? Do you want to burn it? Do you want to send it to the earth?
Burn it.
Burn it. Okay. So go ahead and do that now. And as she's burning it, you know, we're just also intending that all residue, all imprints, anything connected with that cord that's anywhere in Monica's energy field also be cleared. The next thing that we're being guided to do is to offer gifts to her entire paternal line. So when you gift a soul, when you're gifting souls with energy, you can come back to the cards actually. So I'm being guided to pull one. So this is card 304. So Monica, I want you to imagine that you're holding this card in your hand and that you are offering it to the souls of everyone on your paternal line, your dad, your grandfather, and anyone else who's also feeling this, anyone else who needs it. Good.
That was really cool.
Cool. Good. Good stuff. So I'm going to come back to the card. I want to see if it's balanced yet. I open my heart. So it's still not balanced. So then I need to tune in and see, do I need to pull another card? I do. Is it going to be one of the cards from this box? No, it's going to be from the big box. So we're getting a taste of some bigger stuff too. So I know I keep saying, oh yeah, we'll wait for the practitioner course, but obviously not. So.
Well, as you're doing that, I'm feeling guided to kind of share the experience that I had, because some people maybe watching the replay might be a little unsure what's going on, but you popped on maybe like, what was it, like 45 minutes ago, an hour ago, and I just felt called to like click on what you were saying, because before now I had no idea that you were even doing any of this. So I listened to what you were saying, and then of course on the East Coast it's dinner time right now. I'm not feeling well. My son's in the tub, and then the other guys went to get something to eat, because I was like, well, am I going to go with them? And I was like, I really don't feel good to go with them. And then it was just, divine timing to actually come on. And it was just, I felt this pull. And then super grateful that you had the opportunity to do this, because this is huge. This is amazing. So I appreciate it.
Good, Monica. Awesome. And, I feel like you're supposed to take the course too. So all those details are going to get sent out as well to all of you guys watching now, watching the replay. So you'll all have the option. So this card is the one that I'm being guided to put into the field for you and for the family as well. This is one of, this comes with another part of Innerwise. It's called the live game. That's something that, that's like the next level up even. So it's not something I'm going to go in depth about, but I feel guided to share it because there may be some of you who also want to feel the energy of this. Okay. So again, I'm going to put that into Monica's energy field that I've drawn, and I'm going back to the cards. So now I'm going to go back to the love card, and it's balanced. So these are balanced. These are balanced. And then I'm going to ask the famous question, my favorite question always, have I done everything I was allowed to do for everyone involved? So I get a yes. So Monica's complete. I'm going to have to go get her an amulet. I'm going to infuse those frequencies into her amulet, and then I'm going to ship that off to her. So so that's how it works. Does anyone have any other questions? You're welcome, Monica. Monica, how are you feeling, by the way?
I feel great. I usually get the confirmation of like, the tingliness, and I feel lighter and happier. And then I always know like we're done is because my son just is done in the tub. He's usually like my sign too. So he's like, I'm done, Mommy. I'm like, okay, so we're done.
Yay, awesome. Thank you so much for letting me being the guinea pig for me tonight.
I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Does anyone have any other questions for me before I let you go? I know I said it was only going to be an hour, so I don't want to make anyone go over. And I'll just wait a couple minutes in the chat box. Like I said, I'm going to be sending this out. I'm teaching the course. I'm teaching it at 2 separate times. So I'm going to be teaching one course that's going to be really centered around parents. Parents who are like, I just want an answer. I want to know what else I can do to be healing my kid. I want to do this energy work stuff, but I need a system. I need something that's going to ground me. I need something that's going to help me do this work. Bam. That class is going to be taught starting in May from 9 to 10 a.m. Central Time. Everything is recorded. You will have your own private Facebook group. I have amazing, affordable options. We have a monthly payment plans. It's amazing. Trust me. I have made this so affordable for everyone. So that's class number 1. That's going to be for people who are like, healing is great. That's wonderful. But I really just want to know how to work on my family, and I want to know how to work on my kid. Bam. That's going to be the class for you. I have another class going. That one's going to be from 7 to 8 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays Central Time. And that class is for healers. It's for people who know that they want to do the healing work. They know that they want to maybe you don't know you want to learn the next level yet, but you fall more in the healing category. Maybe you're just someone where you don't have kids and you're like, I really want to take the course. I don't have a kid yet, so that whole family parent course doesn't apply to me. That's going to be the course that you're going to want to take. All this information is going to be sent out to you along with the replay. You can watch the replay as many times as you need to. If you decide to buy the box and just work on your family, you're going to have at least that demo to follow, right? So that is it for tonight. I don't see any other questions coming in. I really, honestly, I love this system. I have a true passion for it. Like I said, it was the first energy healing system that I ever learned. And it's incredible. There are doctors all across Europe who are using this in their practices. And I really, truly feel it's not just Innerwise, but energy work is the future of medicine, plain and simple. We are spending way too much time looking for Band-Aids, looking for pills to cover symptoms when there are so many reasons, so many underlying reasons that we may not even have a clue about just yet. And with energy healing systems like Innerwise, like using your intuition, we are able to really hone in on what else is going on. So until we can start relying on the medical system to implement things like that, we've got to be our own healers, right? We've got to be empowered. We've got to step up. Every single one of us are gifted with intuition. Every single one of us have a sixth sense. We've just been conditioned to believe that it either doesn't exist or we don't know how to use it. We have no idea what it is when we're getting a vision or when we're getting an intuitive hit. If you know that you want to learn this and you want to hone your skills and you want a system that's going to help guide you, take this course. Let me be your guide. Trust me, because I was that mom. I was that person. I didn't know what I was doing. I know I was not here 4 years ago. I was in a totally different consciousness. I was in a totally different space. If I can learn this and I can be where I am today doing this, so can you. Okay? You have the power to heal your family. Your kids, they came to you for a reason, damn it. They came to you for a reason. They trust you. You can do this. And maybe what it takes is just a system to help get you on the path. And if that's what you need, there's no shame in that game, okay? It's here. It's available to you. So if you're watching this, if it resonates, if you're not part of my Facebook group, if you found me in some strange random way, come find me. My Facebook group is Soul Driven Healing. My website's www.MalloryMcClelland.com. You can find me on my Facebook business page, Mallory McClelland, Energy Healing Practitioner. I have a lot of love in my heart, a lot of love to give, and it is truly my passion to see each and every person on the planet be empowered in their healing, especially when you're feeling like you don't have the answers. You do have the answers. You just need to remember how to connect with them. All right, guys, so I'm signing off. I love each and every one of you. You know where to find me if you have any questions. Look out for the replay sent out tonight. See you later, guys. Bye.